What can you expect from design and technology? This subject gives you the opportunity to be creative and innovative and to design and produce your own major work in Year 12. In Year 11, you'll be given a number of small projects to build your set of skills to prepare you for that major design project. Design and technology is a Category A subject, which means it can be counted towards your HR. The course is mostly practical, but you're required to produce a comprehensive portfolio documenting the design, research and evaluation of your projects. The students who do particularly well in this subject are those who really take the marker on the journey with them, showing the full evolution of all their ideas. At the end of Year 12, the examination for the HSC is only 90 minutes. What students should consider this subject and what students are particularly suited to D&T? The students who are really creative problem solvers do well. Anyone who really enjoys working with their hands and likes practical projects, and people who are innovative and who can critically analyse problems. Design and technology gives you a really smooth transition into a number of career paths. It can give you a good grounding in university courses like industrial design, architecture, graphic design, and of course lots of the manufacturing trades like carpentry and steel fabrication or even landscape design. You'll have a number of assessment tasks over the 2 years. In Year 11, you'll have a research task. You'll then produce a major project and folio documenting your ideas and practical skills and finish up with a yearly exam on the theory that you've studied. In Year 12, you'll complete a research task about an interesting innovation. You'll be supported through the preparation of your folio and you will produce a video to help explain your project to the markers. Then finishing the year with the trial examination like every other subject. Perhaps the best way to explain the subject is to give you some examples of past major projects produced here at Walker High. The major project always starts by identifying a problem. The problem in this project was that the student loved riding his motorbike, but he encountered too many near misses and needed to come up with a system to make him more visible when out on the road. He designed a vest that had a brake light on the back and blinkers connected directly to the motorbike. This student loved dancing but had experienced the extreme costs associated with costume purchase. She designed a system where you could change your costume very quickly by only having to change the top layer and retaining the under-supporting garment. This meant you could have multiple costumes at a fraction of the cost. This student lived in a 2-storey house, but his bedroom was an unusual shape because the staircase encroached on the corner of his room from underneath. This meant there was a portion of his room that was almost unusable. He custom designed a piece of modern furniture to sit in the corner and giving him a space to lounge and relax, but also to store his folders underneath and storage on top for other items. The mother of this student loved pot plants and had lots of them. It was left up to him and his brother to always move them around. The pots were heavy and cumbersome and the risk of strain was high. Occasionally after moving they had to be lifted up either to put on top of the veranda or in the trailer. So he came up with this trolley that once you arrived at its destination it turned into a type of forklift mechanism and you're able to lift the pot up quite easily without straining your back. Hopefully you can see from this small selection of projects that you can design and build anything in design and technology. You are not restricted to any one type of material. Timber, metal, fabric, electronics or even software could be the vehicle you choose to solve your design problem. The full range of equipment is available in the TAS Faculty. You will have access to our laser cutter, 3D printers, computer-controlled mill, vinyl cutter, as well as the full range of wood and metalworking equipment.
Hey guys, my name's Hushil and I do HSC D&T. D&T is a subject where we combine construction with the design process. Throughout in Year 11, we find common problems and we try to solve them through the construction of projects, often in teams or as individuals. In Year 12, we do our own project where we find our own problem and we use our design and construction skills to come up with a solution, which is our major work. Now, along with that major work, we also have to do an 80-page portfolio. Yes, that's very large and it is very time consuming. It will take a lot of your personal time out. So I recommend this subject for students who are really dedicated, want to learn problem solving skills both in life and in future careers such as engineering, architecture and construction. This is a really versatile subject and I recommend it to all of you guys. It's really fun.
What is engineering studies? This subject teaches you the fundamentals of 8 major fields of engineering. The topics for Year 11 are Engineering Fundamentals, Engineering Products, Braking Systems, Biomedical Engineering. The topics for Year 12 are Civil Engineering, Personal and Public Transport, Aeronautical Engineering, and Telecommunications Engineering. Who should choose this subject? This subject is ideal for students that are interested in understanding how and why everything is made the way it is, learning how to design and make projects efficiently, developing new materials, machines, devices, and projects, studying how to improve the properties of materials we can use, finding out why we learn the mathematics, science, and other subjects at school, and actually using that knowledge to engineer real solutions in the real world. Future tertiary options. This course will give you a major advantage in university degrees in engineering or TAS teaching. Here is what the University of Wollongong says about applying for its engineering degrees. Assume knowledge and recommended studies, in addition to the others, definitely recommending engineering studies. The University of New South Wales Materials Science lecturer John Daniels told engineering studies teachers in 2019, "We can tell which first-year students have done engineering studies at high school. They stand out from the other first years because of their greater depth of knowledge and understanding." Course outline. This subject is a Category A subject and can be counted towards your ATAR. Each topic in engineering studies covers the following areas: historical and societal influences, engineering materials, engineering electricity and electronics, engineering mechanics and hydraulics, communication, skills of the professional engineer, and the scope of the profession. Assessment tasks. Engineering studies has 3 assessment tasks in Year 11. These consist of 2 engineering reports and the preliminary examination. Engineering studies has 3 assessment tasks in Year 12. These consist of 2 engineering reports and the trial examination. Year 12 also have to undertake the HSC examination. The examination runs for 3 hours. Excursions and fees. There are no fees for engineering studies. Students are highly recommended to purchase their own copy of the 2 core texts covering Year 11 and Year 12, which cost around $40 each. There are no compulsory excursions. And Engineers Australia run a week-long summer school that immerses students in university visits, industry visits, and information sessions in Sydney. The total cost of this experience was $770 in 2019 and can be partially funded by Rotary Australia. According to collegechoice.net, 8 of the top 10 average salaries, including the highest, are in engineering careers. This subject will greatly assist your study of other subjects such as maths and physics because we use and apply the skills you learn in those subjects to real-world situations in engineering studies. Studying engineering studies will make your mathematics and physics study easier, more relevant, and more interesting. It is easier to learn concepts when they are reinforced across different subjects, and engineering studies allows you to apply your learning to the real world. For more information about engineering studies, see Mr. Elliott in the TAS staff room at Wagga Wagga High School.
Hey guys, my name's Hushil and this is Izzy. We both do HSC Engineering.
In HSC Engineering Studies, we learn about civil structures and analysing the forces in those structures. We also learn about engineering mechanics, different kinds of motors and mechanisms, and we learn about aeronautical engineering and we look at the function of an aircraft and how it works in flight.
We also learn about telecommunications where we talk about Logitechs and all that stuff. Now, future careers in engineering range from an engineer to architecture to construction.
So having women in engineering and other STEM subjects is really important to our generation, as we need to break the stigma that women cannot do science and STEM subjects.
To summarise, in engineering studies, it is a theoretical subject, but it is really beneficial. You can learn many things, and it is a fun class. It's usually small, and you're a tight-knit family.
What is multimedia? Multimedia encompasses the graphics, design, video, gaming, web and app development industries. Over the 2 years, you will be introduced to a range of these topics through practical projects. In Year 12, you will be able to make your own. Who should choose this subject? This subject is ideal for students that are interested in design in the following areas: web development, video production, graphic design, photography, game development, app development, animation. This course may assist you in gaining entry into universities that offer courses such as visualization and interactivity, video production, graphic design, animation, web development, or app development. Let's have a look at the outline. This subject is a Category A subject and can be counted towards your ATAR. In Year 11, you will study 2 practical units, print media and video production. This will also include a case study on a multimedia business. In Year 12, you will produce a major work on any area you wish that is involved in the multimedia industry. Multimedia combines both practical and theoretical tasks to develop holistic skills that can be used in the multimedia industry. In Year 12, students will be required to produce a major work over 12 months, and with it, also a portfolio describing the production process. This major work will require a big commitment from students for it to be completed at a high level. Multimedia has 3 assessments in Year 11. These are 2 practical assessments and 1 industry study. Year 12 have 3 assessments, 1 major work and portfolio, and a HSE exam. The HSE exam is 1.5 hours long. The lessons will be delivered in a normal timetable day. However, after-school workshops are promoted to help HSE students with their major works. Multimedia cost is $40 per year. This cost allows the school to pay for professional printing of magazines and also any other printing costs and resource purchases to enhance course delivery. Students will also be required to go on a mandatory excursion to study a multimedia business as part of their course. This excursion is to Sydney to observe the Project TV show and also ABC Studio in Sydney.
I'm a former multimedia student, and I have to say, hands down, it was one of my favourite subjects in my senior year of high school. There's a lot of creative freedom within the subject. You get to learn so many new skills, especially during your major work. And those skills have helped me go on to my dream university course, and hopefully that will get me into my dream job. It's hard work, but it definitely pays off, and you learn so many new skills within this subject.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Dennis and I teach Senior Textiles and Design. What is Textiles and Design? Textiles and Design will enable you to design and produce practical textile projects. You'll develop knowledge, understanding and skills to be creative and produce textile items. You'll learn about textile designers, examine historical, cultural and contemporary aspects of design, and explore the properties and performance of a range of textile items. What does a week in senior textiles look like? All senior subjects are 6 periods per week. Textiles has 4 periods of practical work and 2 periods of theory. In Year 12, you have a major textile project which is completed over 3 terms. I also offer after-school workshops for the students who want to continue working on their projects. Textiles and Design is a Category A subject and can be counted towards your HSC. In Year 11, you have 2 assessment tasks and an exam, and in Year 12, you have 3 assessment tasks, 1 major work and 2 exams. The exam is made up of multiple choice and short answer responses. There are no essays to be written. During Year 12, you will do a major textiles project for 3 terms. Students are able to choose anything they want to make. In the past, students have done a range of projects, as you can see here. Examples from the past include a hammock chair, costumes, quilts, apparel items, a horse rug, dolls, an embroidery wall hanging, just to name a few, highlighting many individual options. Each year, all senior textile students are invited to attend school industry workshops delivered by White House Institute of Design, Studio Furrow and S&S Wholesale. We also attend a Sydney excursion where the textile students visit the National Maritime and Powerhouse Museums, attend a 1-day workshop with White House Institute of Design, visit the CBD of Sydney looking at the high-end fashion, and go to a stage production For example, we saw Charlie in the Chocolate Factory last year. A yearly fee of $35 covers consumables for student use. The school provides all textile equipment for you to use at school. Students are required to purchase their own fabric for the individual projects and a display folder for their folio work. You will develop many skills studying textiles and design. University early entry programs are based on these skills, as are employment prospects for the future world of work. These are the type of skills you will need for future jobs. Here I have created a list of careers in textiles which you may be interested in. Textile education options vary from different levels, such as TAFE, university and private institutions. I have listed a few Australian private institutions for you to look at. I surveyed my present Year 11 and Year 12 textile students and asked them why they chose textiles. Here are some of their responses. If you would like to talk to any of these students or visit a senior textiles class in action, please contact me and I can organise this for you.
Hello, my name is Mr. Lachlan Leslider and I'm here to talk to you briefly today about work studies. What is work studies? Work studies is a NESA New South Wales content endorsed course. It is a non-ATAR course. It's based around increased confidence in work-related activities and general life readiness skills, increased readiness for entering the workforce, and develop skills to assist your future employers. So increase your ability to provide for your employers and be the best employees possible. Gain valuable skills applicable to many areas of life. So some of the stuff we learn focuses not just on the particular job of your choosing, but also whatever situation you might encounter across a range of jobs and life experiences. All learning is relevant in work studies. It's a mixture of project-based activities and classroom learning scenarios to enable success in work and life. All this content is based on enabling students to successfully enter the workforce and live independently. What will you learn? So we've got bills, quotes, office skills. So being able to source and select the most appropriate quote is one example for a certain product for the business you might be working for. How to manage bills, invoices, spreadsheets, and just general office skills that are going to be incredibly useful across many work applications. Local business, social media and web support skills. Now, of course, this doesn't just benefit local businesses, but it certainly will. Many of the local businesses in Wagga could all use a bit of assistance in web design or social media skills that they're currently using. So you'll be able to take something to your employers and separate yourself from the rest of the pack in people for applying for a certain position with the skills you learn in the work studies course. General work readiness skills and abilities. Through our approach to project-based learning incorporated with the learning put forward by NESA, you'll learn skills that you can take to any business, such as general construction or maintenance skills, general branding skills, office skills, as we've discussed before, and the skills that will increase your individual readiness, such as your ability to navigate interviews, work disputes, and human resources related issues that may arise. All these are skills that you'll improve, increase, or gain confidence with during your time in studying in the work studies course. If you want any more information on why you should do work studies, come down to the TAS staff room and have a chat with myself. Again, that's Mr. Leslider. Anytime. Thanks.